You say your vision is clear and close. You can feel the pieces coming together, and yet you still speak of it as something in the future. That is the gentle gap we are closing here today. Because when you speak of what is coming, you also speak of what is not yet here. And that soft awareness of absence is what slows the arrival of what is already yours. Manifestation is not a waiting game. It is not suspended animation. It is a tuning game. The vibration of wanting and the vibration of having are close, but not the same. Wanting looks ahead. Having relaxes. Wanting imagines. Having remembers. Now, so we invite you to make the shift from looking for what is coming to celebrating what already is. Because the moment you decide your goal is not to get the thing, but to enter the vortex, the very moment you prioritize alignment over outcome. Everything you have ever asked for rushes toward you. You are not waiting for the universe to assemble the pieces. The universe is waiting for you to join them vibrationally. The vortex is not the reward for your effort. It is the frequency that lets all your efforts bloom. You do not have to count the missing pieces to prove your awareness. The missing pieces only appear because you are looking for them. When you shift your focus to what is working, what is beautiful, what is already flowing easily, the missing pieces fade into irrelevance. You stop vibrating lack, and the vortex delivers what you once thought was missing. You become the match, not the seeker. That is why we say, do not face reality. Create it. Reality is only a snapshot of past vibration. Present is a tuning fork. When you insist on describing what is not yet complete, you hold yourself apart from the version of you who has already completed it. You amplify the gap instead of the flow. The practice, then, is simple. Amplify what feels good. Amplify the tiniest piece that works. Amplify the smallest evidence of ease. Let it be enough, because one spark of appreciation calls forward more clarity than 1,000 observations of lack. You ask, but how can I ignore where I am when I know I'm not yet where I want to be? We say, that question itself reveals the habit. You are not meant to ignore your reality. You are meant to transcend it. By focusing not on what's wrong, but on what's unfolding. Not on what's missing, but on what's moving. Use what you have as your reason to align, not what you lack as your reason to strive. When you learn to love where you stand, every next step lights up on its own. You are not missing pieces. You are the missing piece. And the moment you step into the vortex, there can be no missing pieces, because all of you is there. You complete the circuit. You stop asking, stop searching, stop comparing vibrations, and you allow the current to carry you. So, where do you want to go? Into the vortex. How do you get there? Any way that feels better. It's through music, laughter, silence, movement, meditation, appreciation, or simply breathing for no reason other than the joy of breath. It does not matter how you enter, only that you do. But notice how often the mind insists on action. I should look for a house. Find the next step. Take control. And we say, you are not here to figure out the actions. You are here to figure out the feelings. The feelings create the frequency. The frequency creates the path. When you think you are planning your way forward, what you are really doing is aligning your vibration to the level of what you believe is possible. And the more general you stay, the faster the vortex pulls you in. Specifics activate resistance. General thoughts activate ease. The more you generalize, the less the missing pieces stand out. The less they stand out, the smoother the current becomes. And the smoother the current, the easier it is for the next idea, the next move, the next miracle to appear. Do not try to force outcomes from outside the vortex. From that vibration, even inspired actions yield familiar results. But once you align, even the smallest nudge can open a door that effort never could. This is the subtle mastery to stop doing for the sake of progress and start feeling for the sake of alignment. Because when alignment comes first, progress becomes effortless. The vortex is the state where you stop earning and start allowing. Visualizing can bring you there if it feels good. But notice, when you visualize and still feel a hint of not yet, you are activating the absence, rather than the presence of what you desire. Visualization works only when it feels like remembering, not wishing. When it feels like relief, not reach. When it feels like gratitude, not grasping. The fine-tuning is not about doing more. It's about noticing sooner. Notice when the vibration dips before the manifestation reflects it. Notice the emotional discord before the physical symptom appears. That awareness is your guidance system. Your emotions are not obstacles. They are instruments of calibration. The moment you feel discomfort, it is not punishment. It is feedback. It is your energy saying you are facing the wrong way. So do not fear resistance. Use it as a reminder to turn gently back toward ease. That's what it means to become deliberate, not in action, but in attention. You are learning to care more about the tone of your energy than the timing of your results. Every desire already exists vibrationally. The moment you asked, it was done. The only variable is your readiness to receive it. It's the house, the health, the love, the success. They are all there, fully formed, fully available. But the only path that leads to them is the one that feels like joy. The path that feels like pressure does not lead there. The path that feels like struggle does not lead there. The path that feels like ease always does. If you were to leave this teaching with one truth, let it be this. You have only one task: to enter the vortex. Everything else is irrelevant. Your house, your body, your career, your relationships, they are all downstream from that single vibration. Get in the vortex and watch how easily they align. You cannot solve a problem from outside the frequency of its solution. You cannot attract clarity from confusion. Cannot attract love from fear. But the instant you choose joy, even for no reason, you shift the entire timeline. So stop saying, "I must get there." Start saying, "I love it here." That is how the vortex becomes home, not destination. If you find yourself outside of it, do not panic. Step 1, moments are part of the dance. They clarify your desires, refine your focus, and expand your awareness of contrast. Every time you feel the discord, the vortex expands to include a new version of you. Your only job is to catch up to that version vibrationally. There is great love here for you and great patience. Source never rushes you into alignment. It waits at the frequency of peace until you remember the way home. And when you do, when you relax, breathe, and let yourself feel good for no reason, you merge with that current again. You are never separate from the energy that creates worlds. You are only focused elsewhere. The instant you turn your attention toward appreciation, the channel clears. The current flows. The timing becomes perfect. So, today, fine-tune your manifestation, not by asking for more, but by allowing more. By talking less about what is missing and more about what is moving. By counting less of what you need and more of what you have, you are not waiting for the universe to deliver. The universe is waiting for you to remember. The moment you remember, the pieces stop being pieces. They become the picture. And that picture is always more beautiful than you imagined.